so you can just sit down and shut your mouth. You know,
At your funeral, oh, she was a gentle giant.
and yeah, my shoulder is literally hurting me as we
That's
speak.
wild.
Back road, girl.
Yes.
Sorry,
She
like,
drink
sorry,
Ensure.
Ensure.
Hi guys, it's your girl BJ, and this week we're back with another video, a banging video with my two friends, and we're all teachers, by the way. We love what we do, right?
Normal. This is what
So we'll be talking about the highs and the lows and the experiences that we've been having over the past probably 2 to 3 years. So if you're interested in this, stay tuned. This is Justin, guys. This is Nissan, you already know her, and Moa Venice. So, I teach at an all-boys institution. Where do you teach, Justin?
I teach at an all-girls institution.
And Nissan
Teaches at an institution
which has both girls and boys. So we're pretty much getting an all-rounded. Right. So, what has it been like? Nissan, you've started before us, so what has it been like? Teaching, that is.
Honestly, just vibes.
Just vibes.
I like.
Guy, just vibes. So define just vibes. Like what do you mean by just vibes?
It has its highs and lows. You just have to love it. To be honest, you have to love your students and what Justin feels. You have to love your students, and that's what makes it good, because administration,
you know, I've
Ministry
been
of Education
Satan.
don't make it nice for teachers.
That's facts. That's actually facts.
You can't forget the PA either, because
We're only here because we actually love our kids. No other reason.
But we don't want to start on the bad notes. So we love our kids, guys, and just vibes, and we like teaching. As for me, we'll get to the bad part later. I love French. That's what I teach, and I love children. Yes, and I think I love boys more. I don't think I could teach girls, honestly.
Other way around for me, because
No.
I couldn't do it.
When I teach girls, having taught boys for almost 3 years, I don't think I could teach girls, and I love to teach. So that's why I'm still there. I love to teach. How about you?
Yeah, as Mama said, it's just
Teachers
vibes.
use those language?
What do you mean?
Really?
Girl,
we gonna get to that. Teacher ethics. Etiquette.
I intentionally did that.
Yeah. As Mama said, it's just vibes. To be honest, it's the love for what you teach, and moreover the love for your students that gets you through it each day, each term, each year. So yeah, big up my girls, and I know when I go watch this one, I see it. So
Yes, you want to now watch this? Subscribe to your teacher friend channel. Alright, love you guys. Prayer heart.
oh,
Moving. Alright, moving on. So we got a few questions, so we're going to go through those questions, and the first one is, do you like it? I think we kind of answered that.
Do you actually enjoy teaching? I actually do. I love it.
I think every teacher enjoys teaching, but for the most part, that is, for the most part.
because we wouldn't actually do it if we never had some level of enjoyment or liking.
Right.
No, I enjoy teaching, but I more so enjoy that moment when a student finally gets a concept and then you see them face like change,
especially
comprehension.
For me,
what we teach.
For French and Spanish, more so French. I was teaching them likes and dislikes, and the student was able to make a whole sentence outside of the topic, and that just that's what I love to see in my class.
My day.
How about you, Justin?
What was the question?
Do you actually enjoy teaching?
Yeah, I actually do. Do. Some days are bad, some days are good, but you just have to really revel in the good days, you know.
And I realized that you can't. I've had a moment where I really allowed a class to allow me to somewhat dislike teaching, but then I realized that you can't allow a class to get to you. because you have to remember why you are here, and that should be enough to make you be the teacher that you know that you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Regardless of the students, regardless of the behavior, I'm going to be me and be the teacher I know I am. Next question.
What's the funniest thing that has ever happened to you during a lesson?
Oh boy.
Happened to you, the teacher.
Yes, thing.
My funniest, I don't think I want to share my funniest. Guys, I'm boys we teach. God no. Let me see.
In the meantime, I was teaching at
Funniest.
we call it school name?
No.
I was teaching at a very prominent high school in Kingston, right? And you know, say, I was teaching the lesson, and the title of the story was Murder at Dunsinane, was Shakespeare. And for the whole class, cause me there upon a twanging, you know, cause a proper English class, and I'm like, in the murder at Dunsinane, and man, I want to put in the money from it like me dumb, and I'm there murder.
You never realized it? Was teaching practice?
Mm-hmm.
We know that explains it.
Mortified.
For us, I think our funny moments are French words like bâtiment. Like bâtiment at my school, bon up.
And
Why?
Seal.
What is seal? How do you say seal in French?
Fuck.
Or which one is in Spanish? Focus.
For enfocar.
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 And which one is pusser?
Pusier and poner. So that's kind of the highlight for us, and I intentionally use those words, especially if it fits within the content that we're looking at, because I know exactly how they're going to relate. But one thing I realized, like any class I have, like one class when the whole normal lighting come in, everybody, Miss, how you say normal? So I'm like, why are you asking me that? Miss, how you say lie? I'm here answer them, you know? But I didn't know about the phrase. It was afterwards that I realized that's what they were asking me. You can't trust them picking here.
Do you get tired of your kids? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Some of them. That's that was my question, actually. I do.
Without
Quite
a doubt.
a bit. Without a doubt.
I enjoy 310 on the dot.
Without a doubt. Some of them can be really annoying. I'm not gonna cap. Some of them can be really annoying.
Alright, it's in my take now. I have some annoying students, but I'm the person who accepts persons for who they are. So I can sort of see beyond the annoyance.
Kudos
I
just
do.
annoying. There's
But
so much annoying.
no,
where you
the
can
class them. You see me have one class. Them just wouldn't shut up. Like I dreaded going. I had them. No, I dreaded going to them. I had them the last class on a Monday and the last class on a Friday.
Oh,
start the week, end the week. Them stress me out properly. But then eventually they came around and were like, yeah.
Do you mind if students don't like you?
Yes. I'm not here. No.
Oh,
No, me not here if you don't like me. So no. I'm not here for you to lie. It would be good if we could share a professional relationship, but I'm really here.
On the professional.
Right. I'm really here to teach you and to help you to be bilingual. So if you don't like me, then that's on you, and we just keep the boat running.
Yeah, that is it.
Right. It doesn't matter if a student doesn't like me. Where I draw the line is respect.
Yeah.
Because I will never disrespect you. And I don't expect that you will disrespect me. Dislike me all you want, but you can't say me not teach you, I'm not teacher, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to treat you fairly because I want to give you the best chance that you can possibly have, and treat you just as I would treat another student. So you don't like me, then I don't know if I would feel a way, but if you don't like me, I just
Just make sure you do no work.
Just let go. What would you say? I'm pretty sure teaching is not necessarily the easiest profession. So what got you through it? Were you excited when you started at first? What was the process like, having started to teach, being a teacher, and continuing to be a teacher? What has that process been like? So let me break it apart. What was it like when you started teaching?
Justin.
It was a new experience.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of tough at first because I started online, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not having that level of interaction that you'd want. But even though it was online, it was good because my girls are nice, they're cool, so it was good at first.
Son?
When I started, I don't even know. It's kind of a blur because they say in your first year being a teacher, you either sink or swim. And I was thinking,
That's true.
so it's like a blur. I remember though, I had a class, and I think that I would call it my legacy class. I got a
I
sixth
have one of
form.
those
I got a
classes.
sixth form, fresh out of college, then give me sixth form to teach, and I had no clue what I was doing. But the trick to it, me just never met them no say. Me not have a- So if when I watch this,
She never know what she
me
had.
never. But
Pure
then, no, I
vibes,
think I
pure
told them.
vibes.
No, I told them after I was saying, me never know what me I do.
I had a class like
But
that.
I
too.
love the fact that they got 100. I got 100% passes for that class. So
On
my
the,
legacy class. But
myself, on the other hand, could not say that. And then you can imagine that when my first job, well, I taught in France. You guys might have seen that video. I'll tag it somewhere above there. But when I got my first job here, I was given upper school. Right off the bat, I stress out because one, me I come from France. Two, me know a whole heap of French. Three, I did well fluent. I'm still fluent, but me have to work hard to keep up, you know. And they gave me fifth form. I'm excited. I love to teach. I love to create, and I love to have fun. The boy them don't know nothing.
nah, man, I lie.
Like I was on, and it was online too, guys. And I said, guys, like, oh no, them, like, you guys don't know these things, and they were
Fully
like,
Jamal.
fully Jamal. I'm like, no, miss. So I'm like, what do you mean? And then I had to stop the class because I was teaching basic French. Nobody's responding. So I had to stop the class and say, alright, what's been happening? Them tell me them story. Long story short, I had absolutely no summer that year because they know so you have to make sure them pass. That's another thing too. They have high expectations of teachers, and I don't like that because yes, it's good, but it pressures the teachers. Imagine getting a class that you've never taught. They're supposed to do exams in a few months and they know nothing. Me almost ball.
Thought failure.
Me almost ball. Them never know nothing.
Man, I tell them
But
to
the
take
long
class.
story short, guys, the whole of them fail.
Wait, no, I'm not laughing that they failed. How you just say it, me think it was an inspirational story.
Inspirational. All of them, one student came really close to passing, and the thing, you know what I learned from that experience is that if you believe,
Wow.
if you believe in your students, they'll believe in themselves. Because I really saw where there was this change, where students who had absolutely no confidence, they actually got the confidence, and they really tried. They really tried, but at the end of the day, without the work put in, there's only so much I know more that I could have done.
I think that it stems a lot because you got them when they were at their exit.
Yeah,
Right?
everybody expected
Where
them to-
was the foundation? How you
Yeah,
expect
for
them
real.
to pass if you never
Stress.
set a foundation?
stress me out.
No.
So let's just go back to the question. My first year of teaching was really hard, and it was my colleagues who really made it an experience worth having. It was really hard, and I cried a lot of times. I was sad for the most part. It was just horrible, but I made it through, and I'm loving it now. You've started teaching. What has it been now that you are, let's say, immersed in the whole experience, the whole profession?
We're starting over here. Over
Yeah.
there.
What?
We're starting with this at this time.
Okay,
Besides
cool.
I have grown a lot in terms of being confident. Cause trust me, college never prepared me for this.
Yep.
Never prepared
Okay.
me for it. Like a teaching practice is nothing compared to being thrown in
You
the
know what
actual
teaching
work.
practice didn't prepare us for? The our colleagues or the administrative
Yeah.
portion of the institution. Students, yes, but with the teachers, you didn't really get a feel of what it really would be like to be a teacher. Besides knowing that everybody are regular people and everybody do what them do, you didn't know what it was really like.
So now, I feel like it has a lot to do with culture. I have actually felt like I've lost my passion for teaching. Honestly, I have. And as Germany said, it's stemming from not the students and not for the love of my craft, but it's from admin and the lack of support and all of them something. I'm trying to find the passion I had when I just started, the gusto and the vigor and the boom. I've lost it.
That's sad.
Because I am constantly here just trying to ensure that students pass, ensure that students get graded pieces, ensure that I mark and give feedback. There's absolutely no time for me to instill the skills I want to actually teach, because as I teach, grades due.
Yeah, literally. I don't think we're preparing them well enough because they're just learning to pass.
Yeah.
You can't learn to pass French or Spanish. You have to want to speak French or Spanish. And English too, you have to see the use of it in the future, not just to get an A.
As I say to
everyone, that's important.
I don't call myself a teacher. I'm a glorified secretary because all I do is paperwork.
No lies.
Justin.
What was the question?
What has it now been like? Now that you
know. That's a good question. That's a very good question. I think for me personally, because I would have started teaching online, it's different, like transitioning face to face, like breathing the same air as everybody else, like actually interacting with these kids and like hearing how they think and reason. Like some of the times, because I work at an all-girls school, some of the things I see, some of the things I hear, I'm like, what? Are these kids actually kids?
Yeah. Same for me too.
It's really shocking, like every single day. I kid you not, like when I say every single day, I literally mean every single day or something else. Like some other level of foolishness.
Keep getting better.
And this is an all-girls school. You wouldn't expect that. And that's the school you went to. You understand?
Different generation.
Yeah. So for me, I think going back to school, going into school fresh, I really got a whole bunch of culture shocks. Like it wasn't what I expected at all. Like I had this whole image in my head, like it would be butterflies or honey and all that vibes. But God, see, I know, Jano, it's something.
That's all you had to say,
Jano, that's it.
Alright.
Which we're properly traumatized,
Yeah. No, you see, on the other hand, with boys, I realize that boys are not. We have this whole idea that the whole toxic masculinity or being so macho. Yes, that exists, but I think boys, they're really soft inside. Them probably kill me if they hear me say this. But it's like I've listened to them speak, and there's so much that's happening today that they actually process. You might think that they don't process things and they don't feel the feels, but they actually do. And
it's interesting. Like that whole concept is interesting. Like, you know how society expects boys to behave to be macho. You know, they don't expect us or them to be soft. You know? They don't expect us like to be in touch with our emotions.
That too. Maybe that's why it was surprising for me.
I have a question though. I think all of us got this question when we were being interviewed. Seeing that we're so young. That question. Seeing that we're so young, how would we manage? Well, you being at an all boys, you being at an all girls. But me, surprisingly, didn't get that the question there. Because I started when I was 21. They were like, seeing that you and the Pillingham are basically the same age. How do you manage?
We're not the same age, but we're kind of in the same era of things. One, I realized that defining the line of respect is very thin, because when schools reopened and I went back on campus, I realized that the students really believe that they are somewhat on the same level as the teachers. They didn't know how to differentiate in terms of how they address a teacher versus their friends.
They call me by my first name.
And I had to establish that with them, because they know, but I don't know, something's wrong with the generation today.
Yeah.
And you have to establish that. Two, what was the second thing?
Boundaries.
Like you can, not to say friendly with them, but whilst you are here with them, you have to also be here a little, because you can't afford for them to mistake. Just all that. You just have to set boundaries. Boundaries are important.
But then again, you never want the student to feel as though they can't relate to you.
Like I want them
So
to see me as a real person.
It's a skill. It's honestly a skill.
And I had this class, and we just decided to talk for the class because they don't like French. I have like 5 of them who like it because they're going to do it. The rest of the class, just the class speaking about 30 picnic.
That's small.
And no,
That's small.
I have like 40
plus picnic me
exactly.
That's small, girl.
Okay then. I retract that statement.
Well, kind of drifting from the question a bit. I think like the benefit of having younger teachers like us at schools is well, the vibes, of course. Vibes for days, vibes for weeks.
I guarantee say people will watch this when they go high school never have teacher like we.
It's true.
Vibes.
Yeah,
and it helps them to better experience high school, or to look forward to something, because it's not always
about
socks up, pants well fitted. There's some space for fun and just to be free.
Honestly, sometimes me I teach a lesson and me drift away and me tell them about life, because who else I gonna tell them? And then it's like while reasoning, me bringing back the lesson.
Yeah.
And best believe it connect, especially in literature class then.
And they ask you some questions, and like you say simple things, and you wouldn't even know to the extent at which it resonated with them. Because I did that with a student, like we were just speaking, and some of them were saying that they're depressed, and it's just too much. And me have to say, brother, me depressed sometimes too. I was the other day, but here I am now. I'm totally fine, and you can be fine too. I just made a whole teaching experience out of it, because you can't just let them think that you're just talking like that. You have to bring it together. And one of the students said, "Miss, you really did depress?" I'm like, yes. So like, Miss,
we're human.
How you get over that, Miss? And like when he asked me that, it really made me the thing of feeling we did I talk about. Because like he was really looking at me and taking everything I'm saying. I said, imagine if I didn't share something like that. Like we have to be human. We're in the pandemic. It was all online. Do you prefer teaching online, or do you prefer in-person teaching?
Both work for me. Honestly, I don't have a preference, because I'm a teacher. I have to evolve with whatever context I'm given. Honestly, I don't have a preference.
And that's why teachers are superheroes. We make everything happen, regardless.
For me, I think I prefer it online, to be honest.
Wow.
On one hand, because like I'm a digital person, I like technology, so of course I need to.
Just in class, them top notch.
Inserts. He's supposed to have so many memes they didn't make with teacher.
Just in class, them. Comment below if you're in Mr. Carr's class and tell the people them say Mr. Carr are the boss. Yeah. But continue, Mr. Carr.
I remember what I was saying. I was saying that for me, I think I preferred online at one point, because I'm a digital person and I like technology and stuff. But when we realize that the picnic them not learn nothing, me saying this not work.
They're not showing up for the classes online.
Yo, out of a class of almost 40, 15.
You're looking at 15.
I've
had
two.
I've had classes with 2 students.
Teach 2 of them.
2. It's horrible.
But yeah.
But like that's perhaps the platform. For me, it was more physical, where it really affected my eyes, because constantly being in front of a screen, that took a toll on me. So my eyes were just red, they hurt, I had headaches, and I had to continue to teach because middle school they don't teach. So that for me was the worst part about it. But it really lended itself to more resources. More resources.
Can I add?
Right? More resources. So
well, one of the other reasons I really like online, because it really allowed me to tap more into myself as a creative person. So I was able to do stuff, create stuff that I think would have been good or was good, but
push.
yeah.
I liked it because as Justin said, you can tap into your creativity more. I liked it because of the ease of access. I literally could just share a screen on something. I teach literature. All of them never buy the book. They did not buy that book. I had to be sharing the screen with the text, and that, it is the access, the wealth of knowledge.
It creates that
when
that
me
level
face to
playing field for
face,
students.
when I'm face to face, I have no resources working with, absolutely none. Just me, the whiteboard, and a marker.
True.
Yep.
But so online, how is it now? Face to face. Face to face, it was exciting because you've been seeing them online, but hearing them online because they're not turning on camera, right?
No, neither do I.
Really.
Vibes.
Bandit tool, you can't really,
Not when me in my pajamas.
Catfish settings.
So when they went on campus, like everybody was trying to figure out who was this person, and when I realized, I said, oh, Mr. Carter or Miss Mademoiselle, I'm like, hi. And then when I realized who it was, I'm like for example, John was like, hi, John. And it was just a whole vibe.
No, what happened to me when we returned face to face? And Miss Jensworth, is she there on TikTok? That was my experience.
Oh wow. But for me, I like online because I have that personal interaction with the students, and I am creative. I think I'm more creative physically. I've learned to channel my creativity into cooking and creating online as well. But physically, that's me. So I was able to create a lot of games. I was able to cook with my students. We wouldn't have been able to do that. So I kind of prefer being face to face. Though online really lended itself to a lot of rest time because boy teaching really stressful.
Not the rest time.
Yeah.
We need more stress out online.
No, bro.
When school done, school finish,
Yeah,
done. Me not have to think, me not have to write name in the register and all of them, something that just online everything.
Yeah.
It had its perks.
I loved online because I got much needed practice with technology. Because that's the future in the classroom. And the quicker I realize that, the better it is for us, honestly. I got more done online than I do face to face.
I can't believe that. Because face to face, like online, you have more resources, so you kind of move a little bit faster.
Definitely.
Face to face, it really takes a longer time for them to process. And then the students are adapting to. I realize that the pandemic has affected the students, but I think that we kind of overlook the effect that it has had on them, in my opinion. So it's really, if I should leave one thing with this video, as a teacher, I think you really need to sort of get to their level just to understand what they're going through. How can you help them to best navigate high school? And how can you help them to be better citizens?
You see that thing there with the pandemic and evaluating its effects on them. I think a study needs to be done, and they have started, and it's traumatizing some of the things that were happening behind the screens, especially with them being home with so many family members. Physical school is a safe haven for many of those students, and I never realized that until we return. Honestly, they pity them properly traumatized.
And they don't say, if you don't see any hints and ask them about it, you wouldn't realize because they don't feel as though they can talk to. I think they are more open to talking to younger teachers too. I think that's the advantage that we have.
That's what I was saying before and I forgot to say.
Right,
so I was saying the benefit of having younger teachers like us in the system is the relatability. Students feel more comfortable.
And you have to look on a picnic and say normal, alive. You can't.
Never.
You have to
Yeah. So for me personally, at the school that shall not be named that I work, I think my kids are more comfortable coming to me with issues than actually going to the guidance council.
Yeah.
To be honest, and that's just the reality. Because the guidance council is a bit up in age,
and not to be offensive or anything, but it's just the reality of it all.
Yeah.
The worst part of the job.
Worst part, so we're going through these quickly. The worst part of the job, I would say, is when I just started, it was the resources. Accepting the fact that I will not be getting charts, I will not be getting tape, I will not be getting mark, no ruler, I will not be getting anything that I thought I wanted.
Term.
Right?
Yo, I've had, since we started my face-to-face, I've had one pen.
Wow.
1 pen.
So you have to go buy
And
a
best
pen.
believe me, still have that 1 pen to this day.
First of all, they're gonna tell us, you see the part they pay your paycheck, we say book allowance, you have to go buy it.
Mm-hmm. So that's the first. What the question? That's the first shock.
What's the worst part?
That's when I just started. Then when I continued now, you have some 1 and 2. I don't think anything is wrong with the classes as noisy and as horrible as they can be. I think you just have to get to the point where you can understand them, because I've had 2 classes like that. And I'm telling you that by the end of the term, we were like best friends, so to say. So it's just about being yourself, understanding the students, and kind of, let's level out some things and move on.
Cool.
At the end, I think everybody could say admin. I haven't necessarily had any bad
For me,
encounters
it's not
with
so bad.
admin. Yeah.
My admin is actually great, I'm not gonna lie.
And at the end of the day, people are gonna be people, they're not gonna be fake, they're not gonna be real. You just have to do life anyway.
You just have to stay firm.
You just have to be true to yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the worst part of the job are the part of the job is the students.
Mm-hmm. The students I love. If you're watching this, guys,
students.
Mademoiselle J loves you, and I loves you. A French can teach. I'm kidding. Bernice Johnson, Mademoiselle J loves you, and I believe in you. And and as teachers, if you're a teacher and you're watching this, make your students know, so you believe in them. Tell them, like when you used to go high school, you never really used to do well in a subject here, but you make it true. Tell them something.
Hey.
Just be real with them. Nobody tell them your whole life, but be real with them.
If any of mine are watching this, don't forget the 17 in physics and the 4 in maths. I talk about that every day. I get 17 in physics, brother.
My highest grade in a maths at 70. 1 time deal.
That enough.
1 time deal, Justin.
That enough.
1 time.
You're lucky you get some.
1 time.
The pass mark was 50. If I get 50, rejoice.
I did group work. I never tell you this, but I did group work. But guys, always believe in yourself. Persons will tell you that, you're dreaming too big, or you can't do this. Never allow. I saw a post which says that the voice that you should be most careful of is yours, or be careful of what you think, right? So you think of yourself, that counts.
If you are interested in being a teacher,
so this is not one of the advocates. God no.
if you're interested in being a teacher, just realize that you have to love it. You don't have to love it immediately, because I didn't love teaching.
It's a process.
I didn't want to be a teacher, but then I went to a particular school and I fell in love with the students.
I think you should also love the subject that you're teaching.
Yeah,
if you don't love the
works
subject,
too.
it makes it worse, because you're going to have bad days. So
Right, so that's for students out there.
yes.
Every teacher not gonna rap, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, you have to know why you are in school. I don't feel like a teacher, because when you graduate, you're gonna forget about your teacher. But what you will always remember is how that teacher made you feel, and what you did about it, and how you progressed. And that's fine.
Just go through life. You don't need to stop listening to them holy chopper song. But
Nah, man, I lie.
I got someone I love some of them, but
Code.
I made a song of code, I made a song. Teachers, you must understand where your students are at, because every day me go into the class, back road girl.
Yes, one picnic got asked one
Miss.
teacher, one of my
Sorry,
if
you
she
like,
drink
sorry,
Ensure.
Ensure?
So she has say, yes, you like, yes, she like Ensure. So when
we
me
live
go
on the
in,
rocks, right?
oh no, and
We
here she
don't have
has
ears.
say, why the picnic asked her why she drink Ensure? Me say, Lord Jesus, and I'm the picnic too.
Guys, me make one song off for it, because every day me go in a class code. So me just make a little song and the boys loved it. So you have to do stuff like that.
Normal procedure.
Turn every negative
into a positive.
into a positive.
Normal life.
Never lie.
Never lie.
So how do we balance our love life or social life?
You just have to acknowledge the teaching while it's fun and it's whatever you make it really. Teaching is just a job. You have your life over yourself to live. Modest life, you understand? So you just have to acknowledge that teaching isn't your entire life. So you just have to try your best
That
to
line
find
of
that work life.
demarcation.
You just have to try your best to find that work life balance. So 5 days a week, go work. 2 days outside,
And
spend
me
time with
learn
your
that
family.
early. Me learn that early. When in the first year at teaching, me bring home work.
Me
And
stop.
I
Me
never
Don't bring home
said,
work.
The
Don't
day
bring
I
home
"Do
work.
not bring home work."
The day I stopped, I just felt a
Happiest.
burden
Yo.
being lifted.
One
So
of-
much peace. Never.
One of
No.
the girls asked me what day why me take so long for my them paper. What me have to do? What me have to do so at home? I'm like,
Right.
what
Oh.
you mean?
What you have to do after school? Me know no study, no really
What
study.
you
You know.
mean?
So
I'm at home. I'm outside.
I literally use my breaks, the one session for mark. After that, I'm not taking it
bro,
home.
imagine being a teacher and your desk is filled. Like I literally felt like I was a glorified secretary, as Nissan said, because my table was filled with papers and I just couldn't stop marking. My shoulder is literally hurting me as we
That's
speak.
wild.
Literally.
Left feet on the next, you know.
Next question.
Is the summer for you, or will you still be on the job?
What do you think?
That's a good question.
What do you think?
That's a good question. Modest life loading.
What do you think?
You guys will know the report still due in a summer. You still have to deposit
Right about
in
now,
a
miss.
mark.
Well, you see, as me go home, I have to go in.
That's you.
But you see, as teachers, you have to take your breaks, right? If you feel
don't
like
see
it's
how much
too
I wear
much,
dead off.
stop. We don't know why them are dead enough, but pretty sure
Let me
stress
read
is a part of it.
one WhatsApp status one of my teacher
Yeah.
friend just post, because I'm like, that is so true.
And a lot of teachers don't really express what they're going through either.
At my funeral that came early due to eternal stresses, right? All they're gonna say is she was a gentle giant. That means say you drop down on the walk, you carry home the paper them for mark and the bag of book them for mark, and you stress out at your yard when you're supposed to rest, and at your funeral, oh, she was a gentle giant.
And your person are going to say nice things, but at the end of the day, stress really contributed to your demise. You just really have to.
At the end of the day and night, I'm going to bed, go sleep.
Eggs,
How about
eggs,
me go
At
sleep?
8 o'clock
You
come.
understand? 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
8:30.
Take your leaves.
What leave?
Take your leaves.
Your
Your
sick
Your
leave,
sick leave.
your casual leave, then
One day me go
retroactive.
school because me did feel a little bit better. I'm never want miss my class. And best believe me did end up going after the same day. I nearly died. Don't do that. Mental health. No.
Oh, mental health. What a lot of people don't realize that sick leave actually include your mental health days. If you ever feel overwhelmed as a teacher, take the day. It makes no sense you go in the class not being your best self, because the students will realize and they do feed off your energy. And it makes no sense that you're feeling unwell or you're not in a right mental health space and you go in there, you will take it out on the students.
That's
I'm
facts.
not ask.
You're not
Take
taking
your
a try.
mental health days. It's serious. Call in sick if you don't feel up to it.
And as a new teacher, one last thing, I think, well, for me, I felt a little bit intimidated in the sense where I didn't necessarily want to do anything wrong. So I would always question, can I do this? Should I do this? Etc. But now that I'm a little bit more experienced, like I realize that you just gotta put me first.
You gotta pick me first.
That's it. And face the music later. And you have to be informed. As teachers, we were taught about the code of ethics and the regulations and all that. You really need to be studying these things because it really helps you to know what your next move can, should, and will be. So that's my little advice to new teachers who are coming into the profession. So yeah, that's it now.
Don't forget peace though.
Sure.
Alright. I like
Give them a piece.
fully Chit, anyways. New teachers, big up on a nice clean self, first of all, as a dog. I think my 2 cents would be yourself unapologetically. That is it. Be yourself. Don't try force up yourself in a nobody. Just be yourself, bro.
You and your colleagues are not friends.
Well, I mean,
you
some
can't
of them,
find
some
friends.
friendships will grow organically.
Yes,
but beyond them,
true, but just
is not
keep it
friends.
at a platonic level. Like, not even platonic, you're just colleagues until it grows. If it grows.
well.
Wow.
What I want to know is why old teacher hate young teacher so much. I really like to know.
Because we're hot and hype, come on.
Well,
And I think we put out a lot of effort because there are just things like I've always heard the term, you're so stop.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're so stop.
Like somebody literally
As some
said
used
that
to
to
stay
me.
when we just start teach.
Yeah.
I literally enjoy sitting at my desk if I get an idea and making a game for my students. But you just have to be.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
remember when we did just start teach and I made spoil the register. Come on mistake. And me give one student because she write pretty and she needs to rewrite it for me. And she was doing a good job. She was just helping me out. She took it to her class. Cut this. Cut.
On my channel.
Trouble foot feet.
And this older, more experienced teacher saw her, took my register, and sent her to me to say that she's not giving her back the register.
Why she couldn't go to you?
And
Why
I
she
have
couldn't
to,
come to you?
style.
and I have to go for it. So I went
Why
up
she
there
couldn't come
for
to you
it.
and be the big up art? Since she has so
Wait,
much
not the story I'm
experience.
done. I go up there for my register because she not get the pitney. I go up there for the register. Don't do it again. I said, give me things. Because who are you talking to? I'm not
Like,
a child, but
exactly.
don't do it again. Excuse me. And
I realized
look
that's true. Because the position them, I don't know if you fly up in them head. Personally, I don't see the big. Yes, you worked hard for your titles and stuff, but at the end of the day, you're just a human being, and that is
I
that.
get the same pay.
You don't need to be letting everybody know that I'm this kind of person. I've been here for so many years, and in a sense, me know more than you. So you can just sit down and shut your mouth. You know, work like that.
But
and that's not humility either.
I think
Not like
they
that.
realize, our school administration realize this that our generation of teachers don't take them foolishness.
We're not gonna take chat.
We don't.
And we're gonna sit down and process things. And by the time we react, we're not even gonna know what we react about. But it's gonna make a mark. It's gonna make a mark. So yeah, like teachers just bone yourself. I don't mean nobody intimidate, you know.
Yeah.
And things will get easier. And personally, if teaching is for you, stay in the profession. But opportunities are there.
Honestly.
Fly away, young one. Don't make this hold it out. But these are a few words. Again. This is Nissan, or Miss Gentles, Mr. Carr, Miss You Carr, Mademoiselle J. And we're teachers, young teachers, we love what we do. And we're human, so we do have highs and we do have lows. But this was our little conversation. I hope that you find something from this video, and comment below what was your takeaway from this whole thing. Do you have any encouragement for us? Any words of advice? Whatever it is, just let us know that you were here. And to our students,
We love you.
Respect for the choir, you know?
We love you.
Respect for the choir. You can't do it.
That's not the right one.
This one. Alright.
Wow. Wow.
Love you guys. Bye. I have the cutest toes, and me find the nail polish now. This will be sit and look at some.
It was.
No, your hands so good. Anyway, guys.